Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about Dragon Ball Daima Episode 1. It has went to air. It is everything I could have hoped for from a series. And so far, only though we've only had Episode 1, I think it's promising. I think it's going to be really good work. And you just feel Toriyama all over this show. Like, the way jokes are relayed and expressions are put, and look, the show was written by Toei and Toei writers. But at the end of the day, Toriyama had final say over this series. A lot of things were approved directly by Toriyama. He had made adjustments, so on. So it's like almost a faithful representation of what Toriyama wanted on a TV show. And I think that's freaking awesome. Like, Geekdom 101 even goes a bit deeper into it. If you like Geekdom's videos, go and watch him. He does really good takes on this stuff. But just as a Dragon Ball fan, I mean, you see it all around me from time to time on the videos I do, where I'm just surrounded by Dragon Ball, and to see a faithful representation of Toriyama's vision for a series, I don't know if it's going to try to go the route of GT. I mean, when I first saw the trailer for Daima, my initial takeaways were that it feels like Toriyama's giving the middle finger to GT. But this is not GT, this is something different. And yes, in the show, everyone's seen the trailer, I don't think I'm spoiling it, but if you haven't seen it, I'm going to talk some spoilers. They do become kids. They become kids again. But it's done in such a way that it doesn't make you feel like it's just phoned in, or it's like Emperor Pilaf doing it, or, you know, whatever. I think this might be Toriyama's vision for what GT could have been, but I don't know what we're going to get yet. I don't know until the end of the 20-run series, or whatever it is, 21 episodes, 25, we don't know. But I think it is promising. I think what we've seen from Daima Episode 1, I mean, we saw this Namekian that was in the Shadow Realm, or the Demon Realm. And we need to know his backstory now. Obviously, I was speculating when I first saw him, I first thought it was Kami, because he walks very similar to Kami, he has this cane and everything. It felt like Kami. But then I was like, but Kami's merged into Piccolo, that doesn't make sense. So what I'm thinking is that might be the original King Piccolo, obviously, where Kami and King Piccolo Senior came from, you know, Demon King Piccolo. Like, you know, I feel like this is going to be a way to tell a backstory of Piccolo, and long-term that Namekian could be Piccolo, somehow related to Piccolo, maybe above Kami, prior to Kami, maybe that Piccolo existed. But I feel like Namekians in the Demon Realm, it just screams like backstory for Piccolo. It just screams like it has to somehow tie into Piccolo. It just feels like the way that would go. But I'm excited. You can tell I'm excited just by episode 1. Like, it is a series that I love. It's a series that, yes, I'm a fan of GT. I think GT does alright. Like, it's not the greatest show overall, but I mean, the baby stuff is very great. Like, I mean, look, you can say what you will about Dragon Ball GT. I mean, Omega Shenron and all that, everyone knows the characters now because they've been around forever, but it does some things well, it also does some things not too well. But overall, GT is not as bad as people say. I think it gets a bad rap. It's definitely worth a watch if you watched all of Dragon Ball and you're like, okay, I've got nothing else to watch. It's a nice take on Dragon Ball. That's the only problem, is it's not officially Toriyama. Although he did do a lot of designs for that. He did do some designs, so it's not word for word, and like, it's not canon to Toriyama, but it's still something. But I am so excited to see episode 1 of Daima. Like, I am just like over the moon of what I got. And it's just something that I feel like, as it goes on, it will whet that appetite for more Super. I think more fans will come in for Daima and will be like, yeah, okay, cool. And the little inside jokes in that series, like in the first episode where they're like, he beat Majin Buu? Like, you know, it's like little things like that. And I'm just like, this feels like a nice send-off to Toriyama. And I know, look, Geekdom put up a video the other day about maybe this isn't Toriyama's final work. There's apparently a movie and we don't know if Toriyama had any say in that. final script approval. We don't know if the movie, Dragon Ball Super movie, is going to be a directly from the mind and from approval from Toriyama, but we don't know what that's going to look like. But if Toriyama had anything to do with it, as Victim said, they're going to market the heck out of that. But I think it is a really good series. It's probably the last series Toriyama's ever worked on. Given Super is going to be back at some point, I believe. I think Super is going to be back in terms of TV form at some point. They've got Granola, they've got, they've got so much to draw from. They've got that manga that keeps going and going. I haven't read all the manga because I'm trying to save some stuff for when they actually do television. I don't want to go into like, what is it, like Galactic Patrol or something they do now? Like, I saw some things, but I don't really want to experience it until it's in animated form. And yes, I got the mangas. You've seen my manga collection, but I feel like I want to save some stuff to see how it's adapted. But I feel like they're going to do it eventually. I've got the mangas and I will read them alongside the show. It's like the same thing I did with The Walking Dead, where I was reading The Walking Dead alongside the TV show. And even though they both had different courses, I wanted to experience them both at the same time and see the different interpretations. But Toyotaro is basically doing Super at the moment. That is his thing to drive. And obviously the manga is, his manga, but we don't really know who controls Dragon Ball overall because Toriyama's gone. But I'm excited to see just what we're getting with Daima. I think we should all stop talking about Dragon Ball Super. When's Super coming back? Yes, we know Super's more popular. We know Super. Everyone wants Super. But let's just enjoy Daima. Like, Daima is going to be really freaking good for the next, 6 months? I mean, what is it, 20 episodes? That's like 5 months. I think, at least that's what Wikipedia's saying, according to Wikipedia, But I'm excited. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I think some people know I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and just, yeah, that's my take on it. That's what I think Daima is. I'm very excited, I'm very optimistic, and I want to see where they go with it. Obviously, if it goes the route of GT and tries to replace GT, I wouldn't necessarily erase GT. I would say it's a nice complement on the side of GT. You have a Daima and you have a GT. Now, obviously, you can pick and choose how you interpret which one's the better one. Obviously, people will say Daima's the better one straight out the gate, but I mean, the old animation style on GT was awesome as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the old animation style on GT, the original, like, as it was made in that era. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Dragon Ball Z Daima, or not Dragon Ball Z Daima, Dragon Ball Daima. It's not connected to Z, it's not connected to Super, it's not connected to, like, any of that. It's just connected to, obviously, it continues a bit on from Z, but it's not, like, Super or anything. It's not trying to go beyond a certain point. Let me know what you think, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.